Hello, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive Tarot. Thanks for tuning in. We're here for a 12-12 reading. This is for all placements of Libra, the 12-12 portal reading. It's upon us now. And so let's use this time to talk about maybe how to manifest some goals we have, what maybe we need to surrender to. We'll get animal messages. We'll get angel numbers, guardian angel messages, sort of empath empowerment kind of messages. And let's see what we have here. So how do we manifest? Okay, communication is key. That's one way to manifest. For some of us, this is about spiritual connection and activation as well. All right, so that can be part of what this 12-12 means to you, or is for you. It's about letting go of what we need to let go of and activating things within us that we'll need for the upcoming year. Even that's how I look at it. There are lots of different opinions about what 12-12 really means. Well, let's see. So we have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. And look at the bigger picture here, full moon in Sagittarius. All right, let's see what else we have. Let's get another theme. We'll get 4. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah, that's like the end of the year coming in, right? This full moon in Capricorn. So it's funny, we're into Sagittarius season now. We will be going into Capricorn. And now I do want to say too, your commitment could be tested at this time. All right. That is just one thing that's coming. I don't, maybe it's the retrogrades or whatever, but I do feel there's new, there's this new, fresh, positive energy for around the winter solstice here. Maybe it's the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, but let's see what else we have. A new start is coming. There we are at that new year time. Okay, great. So you could kind of look at this as like the rest of December. If you haven't checked out your December reading, maybe check that out. Now, 12-12, according to Kyle Gray in his Angel Numbers book, is having the power to bring healing and light to the world and noticing how your intentions and actions are already doing that. So you could feel as though you're aligning to something, or you're just preparing yourself for that. But let's get into this, Libra, and let's see what else we have. And please remember, these are general. They're not personal readings. Only take what resonates. You have free will, final say. Your intuition knows best. And of course, if you enjoy my readings, please tap that like button, turn it blue for me, and subscribe to the channel. It's free. All of that's free. So you have 3 cards that fell. We're going to get actually 3 for each of the 4, because 3 times 4 is 12, and it's the 12-12 portal. So 8 of Cups. What are you walking away from? What or who are you walking away from for a fresh, better start, for that new start that we already see? So the end of a tough cycle and a new start. Excellent. We want to be, again, communication's key, and looking at the bigger picture. So we already have 2 really good tips from Spirit, the advice here. 9 of Cups in reverse. What's getting in the way of our wish fulfillment here? And 3 of Swords here. What's holding us back? What is it that's... this could be some sort of, feeling hurt, feeling wounded, and not having a way to get that out for some of us. And that could be feeling stuck, really. I mean, feeling stuck in something that maybe is emotionally heavy, or feeling attached in some way to something. And we know that we have to let it go, cut it loose, or it's really going to impact our ability to get this 9 of Cups. But there's something here you're not satisfied with. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. Maybe you're healing from something, but there's something here that's just not quite feeling good, right? And I'm not saying we have to feel good all the time in our lives, but right now, that's maybe why you tuned in, because maybe you're looking to release yourself from something now in order to have that something better, that new start. So here are those 3 cards here. Let's see. I'm going to clarifier on this. Let's see what else we have here. Messages for the greatest, highest good. Remember, you have free will, final say. Your intuition knows best. I am not a medical professional. I cannot offer any professional advice on this channel. I am a tarot reader. Thank you so much. Love ya. All right. I did see 444. Good sign for you. Spiritual protection. All right. And yeah, okay. 4 times 3 is what? 12. So 12-12 honors. Oh my goodness. All is well. You always get this card, I feel like. Out of all these like 80 or 100 cards, whatever they, you usually get this. All is well. So white dove could mean something to you. That is a dove, I feel. Okay. Because some people, it might look like a pigeon, which could be, a message. You get a message, or you get this higher knowledge that everything is well. Maybe you feel everything is well, that it's going to be all right, after you've had to move on from whatever painful situation this is, or whatever sort of last bit of recovery or work you need to do to bring you to your higher purpose. I'm getting the name Clinton, and I'm also hearing March. All right, so it could be Clinton. All right, so there's everything is unfolding exactly as it should be. Find peace and wisdom by accepting what is. Some of you, it's accepting the loss of something or someone. Everything is well, though. It was part of the journey here for whatever reason. Again, looking at that bigger picture is key for what this is for you, friends. Okay. I want to look at the bigger picture. We're going to go through, and then as you know me, I like to then go through again usually and clarify even more. So I like to dig just a bit deeper and get more direction. Ace of Swords here, with this look at the bigger picture. It could tie into the communication is key too. I feel it does. And this is about communication. This is about that aha breakthrough moment. This could be certainly that clarity you need and deserve. I want to point out deserve. There's awareness coming in here. It doesn't always have to be like this, okay? It does not always have to be like this. Whatever situation you're in, not everything has to be a battle or a struggle. Maybe you've said that. Like, why does everything have to be such a battle or a struggle, and you're wanting to move on? I do have cards that fell on the table. I'll take these because they are telling a story. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the World, and the Tower. For this new start, for this you going towards, I'm getting marching to the beat of your own drum. In order to do that, there does need to be the end of a tough cycle. And that's where that World's card and the Tower comes in. There could be a new development in something regarding your situation, whatever it might be, love, career, family, whatever. But there could be this new development where it's like, you know what? We have to set ourselves free from whatever it is that is no longer needing to be in our energy. And we all have that thing or that someone, that something that's just not allowing us to have that new start, to go to that next level. And sometimes the universe gives us that kick with the Tower. But that's because we need to close something out. We need to close out a cycle. Maybe for a lot of us, it's closing out the difficult year we've had. A lot of us have had difficult years. I think almost everyone I know has had a particularly tough year. Not everybody, but a lot of people that, at least in my circle, have had special challenges this year, myself included, So it's like, when is life not hard, right? But there's definitely, again, like looking at the bigger picture here. All right, so we kind of jumped ahead. That happens with these cards. They kind of merge together. It's hard to kind of split them up, but these are the 4 top cards that anyway, blah, blah, blah. All right, I don't need to explain this how I read, right? But just so you have a kind of an understanding, what is in the way? What do you need to end out? What do you need to close? That's your big clarity. You already know. A lot of you already came to the reading knowing exactly what it is or who it is that you need to walk away from. It could be some sort of structure. Maybe you need to get more structure. All right, so again, looking at the bigger picture, remember, all is well. Overall, all is well. Rebel. It could feel quite rebellious to leave or to, move on from something, or to go up to that next level. So this is about you doing it your way and not worrying about what others think of you. It's time to write your own story. One of the readings I did recently, it was like, this is not a rehearsal. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is your actual life. Take charge. I'm not trying to ever sound like, oh, I'm judgy or whatever. I'm telling you what to do. Take it or leave it, right? These messages are general. They're not personal. They're not going to resonate with everybody, okay? Tell us a story. These cards all fell out. It's like, tell us a story. What do you have for us? Let's see. We've got, speaking of tell us a story, this person has a book. It's the Page of Swords. Gathering new information so you can move on. Some of you aren't moving on because you don't yet have all the details here All right. That's why the end of the tough cycle, it hasn't maybe happened yet, but it's happening. Page of Swords, you're learning something new. You're getting into the details of something possibly, or you're deciding you're going to step up into something, or you're realizing that, you know what, it might be a lot to take on, but I'm going to do it. I'm taking the leap of faith. Hermit card, getting that, getting to an interesting in this card, the Hermit, it's Virgo energy, but so you may be on the cusp. But it's like this person is kind of just floating on this mountain, right? So it's getting a higher perspective, a different view of a situation, using their own wisdom here. I get these steps as sort of wisdom and how they overcame something. But it's different about this Hermit card is it's a very heart-centered approach. Normally you see the lantern with the star in it. But I feel as though this is about not just relying on like your cognitive abilities and your brain, all that. It's relying on what feels right in your heart, not just in the knowing, in the mind, like in the logic. It's not logic. This is about how it feels. If you're having a tough time making a decision on if you should move on, which was what I'm getting with this with this Chariot in reverse, Cancerian energy, and maybe you move on from a Cancer or something. But if you're having or you are a Cancer maybe with Libra placements. But anyway, if you don't know which direction to go or how to get there, you need that direction. And that's what's, affecting this closure for this new start. Go within what feels right. If you can't decide, because it's like you wrote out the pros and the cons, and that's so cerebral, right? Like writing out pros and cons and logic and trying to apply logic. Like what feels right. Wait a minute. This is a Page of Cups again. Getting a message about what feels right, intuitively, what feels right. Let that guide you. We'll leave this one out, actually. Very helpful. Thank you, sir. All right. And that can help show you where to go. Again, and then you have the moon. I didn't even see that. The 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. This is all about what feels right in your heart and in your soul. That's what we're going for. And there is a bit of needing to sort of just let it go, surrendering, right? That's the surrendering here on this moon card. Surrendering maybe to like what you thought it was going to be like, what you thought something was going to be like. Realizing maybe that you deserve something better. You could feel something better coming in. And then you have a soulmate card here. True alignment with something, your soul purpose, your soul partner. But this is also about you blending the best parts of yourself and making something grand, making something great out of it. 2 of Cups. And actually sometimes the best partnerships are when we're not exactly alike, right? It's about the balance, how we balance each other out, right? Their differences matter, right? There's something about you using your discernment too and trusting it and knowing you can rely upon it, okay? I love this. Love this. All right. So what else do we have here? Someone could be mirroring you. I'm getting a mirroring energy, or I'm getting a very, it could be a very reflective time. That's another thing they're saying, reflect. They're also telling me something about, well, I saw 333, so that's good. That's you and your loved ones are safe. Okay, you're protected as you embark upon these changes, this journey, this travel, whatever it is you're doing to access the world in some way. Open doors for yourself, open your higher knowledge, open some new learning by opening a book or a course of study. Whoops, sorry, wrong page. But you're getting messages here. They're coming in. Let them guide you. Look at this. This is like this person too. This is alignment, okay? They know exactly, they're sure of their footing. So this is about some of you being brave, right? Stepping into that courage. Again, admitting what you don't know and learning it so you can go up. You're stepping up, stepping up, whatever we want to call it, but it's moving forward. It's closing the tough cycle. New starts coming. Communication is key. Not just communication with other people, but within yourself and with your guides. Call upon them. Allow them to assist you. As a matter of fact, let's get a message right now from guardian angels. All right, guides, guardian angels. Oh, one came right out. Oh, spirit team. What do you know? There's your team. Lion here, okay? You run your world. Believe it. Look, believe. You run your world, and you can do whatever you want to do in life. You really can, to some degree. I know not everybody's. I'm going to get a comment probably. No, we can't. We can't. I'm going to keep it positive here on this channel right now. That's what I choose to do. It's my channel. Thanks so much. Anyway, by the way, I really do appreciate all of my regular people here who tune in. Leave me likes, comments. I love learning about you and your stories, and I appreciate those of you who are signed up for memberships. So thank you. I just want to throw that in there. But seriously, spirit team, believe that you're at the driver's seat there of that chariot, right? You're deciding. Ultimately, it comes up to you. It's you. It's what you want. Look at how this person on their armor here, what's shining bright. Where's all that light coming from? The heart center, the heart chakra. So this is about you being surrounded by the most potent field of consciousness. Allow yourself to feel its presence and guidance in every decision you make and in every step you take on your journey. What did I just say here with this? Like, this person is like sure of their footing, right? As they're stepping forward. And I mentioned journey, and now you have this. You literally have. Allow yourself to feel its presence and guidance in every decision you make, in every step you take on your journey. That's for your spirit team. Believe in your spirit team. You're the primary member of your spirit team. You are the center. Allow the veil of fear to drop. Let your true essence shine through. Believe yourself and the divine, believe in the divine power pulsating within you. You are a magical creator. I just heard Lenny. And you are protected. You're fully protected here, okay? Protected. And also, I feel like you make smart decisions in order to keep yourself protected, right? We have to do our part. That's another thing here. We have to do our part. Just, I get that a lot of you you're not that type where you're going to just sit and wait for something to happen. You realize that use the magic when it's upon us, this 12-12 portal, for example, but you're also you're the one like making the changes. You're the one putting yourself in positions where you are maybe having access to new people, new ideas. Opportunities will then come through that. It's right. Instead of just like sitting on your couch and waiting for something great to happen, you're actually putting yourself out there. And if you're not, that could be the advice we're getting right now in order to close out a tough cycle and have that new start. Like, really looking at everything, looking at the whole, like your whole life, really, like, and assessing it as though you might even, a business, if it's not doing well, like what, just like analyzing different parts. For some reason, I'm getting somebody doing that. I don't know if you're mapping things out right now in some way for something, or if you're really taking a look, but okay, we have no resistance here. But I was getting somebody actually, like, maybe you're doing what do they call it? A vision board or something. I don't know, but they're saying like kind of map it out. If there are things you don't like, what can you do to change? What don't you like about it and why? And then that can help you see what it is you want to change. This gives you the bigger picture. So they are saying, like, look at the big picture of things and put things into perspective and gather information. Okay, gathering some information. So attachment to the outcome creates resistance in your receiving field. Everything that's meant for you will be delivered on waves of flow, light, and ease the moment you remember it. What? I'm sorry. Let me reread that. Attachment to the outcome creates resistance in your receiving field. Everything that is meant for you will be delivered on waves of flow, light, and ease the moment you remember that you are a miracle. Okay, that still doesn't sound right, but that's what it is, okay? All right. Anyway, so the point of this is that we don't want to be creating resistance within ourselves with regard to something. We want to make sure we're not so attached to an outcome, right? If I have something in my hand and I have such a tight grip on it, how can it possibly breathe? How can it grow? It can't. But if I release my grip a little and I let life to happen and energy to flow and things to just be, myself included, that sacrifice here, we were talking about that surrendering moment here with the person falling in the water with the moon here and just like kind of letting things be. Where's that? Oh, it must be over here. Yeah. I'm like, where are these cards? I know I didn't make it up. But look at that, how they're like free floating. I'm not saying, oh, just free float through life and you know what will be, what will be. No, you're having an active, that's where we get the balance, the this and the that, you know, the higher knowing and the groundedness, the practicality of like you putting your plans into practice, like your plans needing some sort of like practical plan. Okay. That's where that's happening. That's what gets you the 10 of cups, 2 of cups, you know. You have the higher perspective here with the hermit, the chariot, but there's no resistance here. We're not creating the resistance for ourselves, right? We're not becoming our own stumbling block or roadblock or whatever, right? We're remaining open and knowing and trusting and believing that, oh, there it is, believe that what is ours will never pass us by. The more we can, again, sort of like just allow ourselves to be part of the flow, like think Empress energy, right? In touch with nature and the earth, and just realizing that you actually are the center of your world. Do you know that? You are the center of your world. So, as they always say, you know, in these kind of readings, I'll be like one of those people that says this thing, something in that kind of reading, that we have to keep our thoughts positive, right? We have to. In order to have that new start, we have to be thinking of a new thing. Maybe I just feel like a lot of the things that hold us back aren't even from us. Like that's been sort of placed on us from others. Or it's that little voice inside, that critic. That actually develops from other people, right? That's not really the true us. The true us is that 5-year-old in a Superman shirt and cape who thinks they're invincible and can do anything. That's the real us. That's how we start out, you know, believing in magic, believing in and dreams can come true and all that. And it's over time that sort of gets become somewhat hardened, you know, and you know, maybe that's when we let go of our dreams, or we get all these responsibilities and things and we forget about ourselves. It's time to shift that and really put an end to needing to please everybody all the time or caring so much about what people think. We have to be ourselves. Again, life is not a dress rehearsal. That's what I'm getting. It's time for us to be the real us. And when I say this to you, this is me reading energy, okay? And I take my own advice all the time. Temperance, moderation here, balancing things out. But you have that higher knowing too. See the person that's all lit up here, the angelic support. Again, believing in the spiritual team here. 9 of Wands here. People have tested your boundaries. I can tell, I can feel it. I mean, that's, you know, that's going to happen, but you've stayed strong, right? You've stayed strong, you've stayed resilient, and you realize that, you know what, tomorrow's a new day. All is well. Not every, like, it's like the whole, not being, what is it, like a victim of your circumstances or something, but sort of embracing everything that's happened along the way, letting it all in, and knowing that that's why you're made it to this point. And maybe not everything in the past was so bad. Some things, some people, you know, we've had really tough journeys and things, and it's really tested us. But I feel like there are a lot of you out there who know that there was usually a reason for it. You know, a lot of the things like we go through, we don't always know why it happens. A lot of, well, we have the sun though, right? There's the awareness. I feel like a lot of you are becoming aware of, had A not happened, I wouldn't have B and C. Had I not done this wouldn't have happened. But I feel as though kind of like knowing just how things can change and how limitless things can be if you do believe, and if you are working with different energies, you know, and tapping into spirit and your higher self, and being open and receptive. This is what this is about too. Temperance here, Sag energy, you know, so fire and fire. We have Leo and Sag here, tuning in to what really matters. It's like I'm getting, yeah, and there you go, the wheel. Okay, so really turning things in your favor here, luck being on your side. All right, getting a higher perspective. This is, look at all these major arcana cards here. This is amazing. The wheel, yeah, balancing it out. And I even get like, look, here's the white here and the black here. On the moon, you have the white, the black. This is like the light and the dark, really merging the two. Look at what you have here. You have the moon and the sun, okay, balancing things out, that yin yang energy here. And they're giving me that song, The Facts of Life. Yep, black and white here on the horse, right? The light, the dark, the inner knowing, the outer world, right? The inner world, the outer world. You're getting this through a variety of your cards here. Look, there it is. Balancing each other out. That's what I talked about before with the 10 of Cups, right? I'm getting the numbers 4 and 6. I'm getting Helen. And there's something about a window. This is funny. They're telling me window versus aisle seat. Like, which are you? There's an advantage to each position or to each thing, right? It's like sometimes when the things that aren't so great happen to us, yeah, people say there's a silver lining. Some things I feel there are no silver linings. That's just me. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I almost can always find a positive, but sometimes I can't. Like sick children, I don't understand, or like hurting animals. Like I don't understand. There's no silver lining to that for me. I don't, so there's some things that aren't, I just can't find it, right? But like significant loss, that can just be devastating. But a lot of the day-to-day things in life, there's a reason, that things happen a certain way. We get our lessons, it helps us grow, it helps us expand, it helps us become more resilient, right? But I'm getting that there's a lot of you like taking responsibility here. In this reading, it's interesting because I came into it having this I had like a set plan of what I was going to do, an outline of how the reading would go, but that's not how it's going. They're wanting me to talk more freely, like just connect with you rather than, okay, this is like your typical reading where we have that we're looking at these three. Remember I said we're going to do 4, then we're going to do 3, and neatly. That's not it. That's not life. It's not going to be so neat. This reading isn't so neat apparently. Okay. There's this brilliance here. There's this your natural sparkle, your drive to thrive. There's something about you being you, about really opening yourself up. There's something about spinning. You may feel as though you're spinning plates, that things are constantly in motion. Is that a good thing? It could be. It depends on how you look at it, right? There's transformation here. There's not actually here. I'm seeing snake here, okay? Maybe some of you are born the year of the snake, where that is upon us in February when the Chinese New Year changes. This is the year of the snake coming up. So that could be a huge year of transformation for a lot of us, regardless of what our zodiac is, right? Or what our Chinese, whatever, animal, zodiac. Calling somebody out. There's an energy here I'm getting too. Somebody's being called out, or you're calling somebody out. And that could be part of how this tough cycle approaches the end of it. It could happen again around that solstice, which is right, around a little before that, it'll switch from Sag to Capricorn. You have that. If you're wondering about a timeline, there's something here about you choosing your own adventure. Maybe you were into those stories. I'm getting brother energy. Okay, if you had a brother who passed on, or an older male figure who felt like a brother. All right, friend, cousin, whatever, whoever it could be. You'll know if it's you. But we have 2 new beginnings here. Not just one, we have 2. Because you have a 10, 1, right? That's a start. You have a 10 here, not 1 and 9. So 10, 10. Happy birthday if that's your birthday. But you have 2 new beginnings. I'm getting Eliza, Elise, Carmen and Carmine. They're telling me about there's something about knowing when to end something, not staying too long. Some of you may have been putting up with something for too long. But, and some hearing somebody say, no, this ends here. This ends now. So taking a stand, 9 of Wands here. It's making me think of, I just heard something about your fortitude. Your fortitude is really coming through. You're becoming more aware of how strong you are, how resilient you are. I think of Temperance when I see that too. Like this person's really, they moderate their own life, right? They decide little of this, little of that. It's again, it's like a blending of energies, okay? It just very much feels like that. It's, you have the moon and the sun in your reading. And this person here is holding the moon and the sun. Yes, you can have it all. You can have it all. This is about your own personal alchemy, spiritual alchemy, balancing it out, right? How perfect for 12/12. Harmony. The masculine, the feminine, balancing out, right? Duality. This could be time even. But this is all, it all boils down to, this is about your purpose and being patient with yourself. That's not the main message here, actually. But there's something here about if you felt less than, you're not going to feel that way anymore. Or maybe you did and now you don't. But it's basically, you know, think of like the infinity symbol. I'm getting the Magician coming through. You have the resources. You were able to manifest something. Let's get a card, actually. Self-love. Yeah. It's about, yeah, you're the alchemist in your own life. And again, you're the center of your own spiritual team, right? This is about awakening the love within you and attuning your heart to love, and your energy will connect to the flow of the universe. Now they're saying Capricorn, Capricorn. So again, end of a tough cycle. Again, it's like, you know, I talked earlier about maybe yourself, you know, always taking care of everybody else. Now it's like you're taking care of yourself. You've always had to take care of yourself, but maybe you're focusing more on your own health and happiness, right? What do we need to surrender to? It's the people pleasing, right? It's not gonna work. And that's the thing, Libra. If you haven't watched your 2025 reading, a huge thing was about you being your authentic self, you being you, and maybe even taking a stand on something, or, you know, that's, but so it was a big message about you being true to you, and how that actually does help overcome, you know, this personal issue that's been a thing going on for a while. Maybe it's just, there's this big shift, this big change that takes place. You know, surrender obsessive thinking. Boy, that is a very Libra thing too, I feel. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity and even solve the problem. Now, again, I want to point out you have the Ace of Swords, and then Spirit jumps in with the Tower, right? And if you don't resist it, with no resistance here, that then led to the Ten of Cups. So we're kind of getting the same message again. It's really unbelievable how it's great. It's like awesome to me how it always comes back. The Spirit always brings us right back to things we were saying throughout the reading. That's why I like to circle back and then come through again. Anyway, let's see. Let's get another card here. Let's get what can help us manifest our goals? Okay, we know what's going on here with a lot of this stuff. Let's see what else. What can manifest our goals? Lately in your readings, you've been having like a rare offer, a golden opportunity. There's something big. There's something big coming in. I feel a lot of you can feel it. Now, there are 2 reminders here. So first of all, be proud of yourself. It's Taurus energy. And practice gratitude, Sagittarius energy. 2 reminders here to help us stay on track. Be proud of yourself and practice gratitude. That's one way to help us manifest. What else can help us manifest? What else can help us manifest our desires, our goals, our wishes? Release your blocks, Scorpio. Let's see. As empaths, let's get an empath empowerment card here. How can we care better for ourselves? Because that's what's really key, right? We really need to be able to care for ourselves. Like, how do we best support our love, our own self-love, right? As we had that card. Appreciate the beauty of the moon. Now, there's a big emphasis on the moon here. It's shown up a couple of times in your reading. You have a lot of what look to be full moons, but they're maybe not necessarily. But you know, you have full moon in Capricorn, you have full moon in Sag, you have new moons and full moons, lots of them in this reading. And what is that? Well, it's something coming to an end and then something new, right? A new chapter, a new start. To calm and center yourself or to simply experience awe, gaze at the moon tonight. Absorb the purity of her energy and sublime presence. And set limits with draining people. When people are depleting you, kindly set a limit such as, I only have 10 minutes to listen now. Such self-care is respectful and empowering. I like that advice, actually. Find your purpose, it says, right? This person has a wand in their hand, or it could be looked at as a sword. So find your purpose, and that it's basically it's where your passion lies, a lot of it. And that brings me again back to this temperance. There's a big focus on temperance. So maybe after this reading, look into what temperance means to you. This card, how are you connecting to temperance? You could actually go to the Lightseers, I think it's lightseers.com, but this is the name of the deck. And they actually, a great free resource that I've been starting to mention on the channel is, first of all, Chris Ann put out a very in-depth book about this deck. So that would be a great resource. But they also have just free on your phone or wherever you go online, the website, Lightseers Tarot. It really, you can learn. It's a great way to start to learn tarot. You can do things like card of the day. And I don't work for them or anything like that, but it's just a nice way to get to learn the cards, right? Find your purpose. So when you feel like you don't fit into this world, remember you're here to help create a better one. Your tender heart is a treasure. That's true. You know, really, we need to be taking care of our own selves. And it's not selfish, people. It is not selfish at all. Probably after this reading, this is totally a random aside, but probably after this reading, I'm going to get it all kind of Christmas themed. So if Christmas isn't your thing, oh well, I'm going to be using kind of like wintry, Christmassy decks, and I'm going to have that theme going for a couple of weeks now, okay? All right. I love the decorations of it all. I love sparklies. All right, 88, sign of enlightenment. You've achieved wisdom and you find success. When you have the sun and the moon in a reading, that's perfect. I mean, 18 and 19, the sun and the moon, really, the sun and the moon. It's like the completion, the new start, the sun and the moon. You have both the sun and the moon in your reading. There's awareness, there's honoring your intuition, there's sort of this, not being afraid to go with the flow and surrender to the divine, surrender to your passions, surrender to your ability to be your true self here and now fully and not have to sugarcoat or dim in any way. That's in what actually comes right. The star should be here too, right? The star comes right before that moon card. You connecting, tapping right in. And I get, I'm really paying attention to this Two of Cups for us too. This Two of Cups, look at all the energy happening between the two. I mean, there are different, there's differences here. Like I said, you have this green, bluish cup, you have the reddish orange. They're working together. And what are they making? They're making the full spectrum of color, the rainbow. I choose you. Do you choose me? This is what I'm choosing for my life. And it wants me to. What you want wants you. That's part of enlightenment here with this. Not that I'm some expert on enlightenment, but you have the wisdom. It's knowing how to work with the energies for some of us, okay? I feel like that's just like my whole life, trying to figure that out. You have butterfly here with release, crown chakra. It's time to let go of what has served its purpose. Allow your next levels of self to emerge. Reveal your true colors to the world. I love, love, love this. I just spoke about that true spectrum of color. You are choosing you. For once and for all, choose you. Choose yourself. Choose your journey. Who deserves it more than you? You deserve this. You know all the things you've been through, what you've had to go through, and how you've developed and how you've overcome once again and time again. Right? And like again, the release. There's something about the release. And card 44, you may be seeing fours. You had 88, 44, you know, another 8, really. 44 is another 8. And then you had 2 cards that came over here. And one is Dragonfly, Cosmic Destination, card 49, Soul Star Chakra. This is about dreaming beyond what you believe is realistic. This is about you expanding your thinking. Perfect for 1212. All right. This is about a higher path waiting to unfold for you. Let your soul guide you. Heart and soul to me are the same, really. And what then that Hermit card, really going within, right? No resistance, like just allowing it, allowing yourself to float in that water under the moon. Be connected to all that is. By the way, feeling nature here is card 24 with Badger Spirit. This is about, this is your solar plexus chakra. This is reconnecting with nature. This is you reconnecting with yourself. This is you connecting with what you truly feel deep inside, your knowing, your passion, your fire, what drives you, what gives you life. This is about you opening your own doors to healing. That's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. And if it was, please do consider subscribing. Like for me. Liking is free. It's so easy. If you would just tap the like button, tap that thumbs up, turn it blue for me. I'd appreciate it. And I do these readings every Sunday morning, Eastern Standard Time, and also every Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, again, Eastern Standard Time. And then my other channel is Schoolhouse Intuitive Messages. And there I read for all 12 signs twice a week, Saturday mornings and Wednesday afternoons. That's what I have for you. Again, thanks for being here and wishing you a very successful and happy 2025. And do check out that reading. You might enjoy it. Okay. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.